The next mindset in the questionnaire of Pradeepan Khandwala is called fear and anxiety of humiliation, or fear and anxiety about feeling low, 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 being insulted, being ridiculed, being teased, being put down, etc., etc., etc. If I say this, if they don't receive it, again I may feel let down. In the colleges and all that, even there are some few films. A boy is in ardent, bloody love with a girl. And he doesn't tell her I love you because he is afraid if she does not say I love you, I will be collapsed. So I will not ask her. Yeah, actual case I have been told, and there is a film also. And finally, her marriage was fixed, etc., etc. Okay, and then he is completely collapsed, and then his friend, what are you going through? Whatever it is, I am going to tell her. So, no, tomorrow is marriage. Whether marriage is tomorrow or not, I must tell her that you have been living every moment thinking about her. He goes and tells her, anyway she drops, so that marriage comes to you. So that's a feeling. So what I am telling you is that I cannot tolerate even that defeat, humiliation. When I tell her I love you, she says no, blah blah blah. I cannot contain it. That is that mindset called fear of lowness or fear of humiliation. Fear and anxiety of lowness or humiliation or put down or low, sidelined, etc. And by the by, what do you think the score of that? High, low or medium?
Wait, because I know myself little bit. It should be around 60.
Actually, it is very low.
Yeah.
I was so surprised. This lady is good stuff. You just don't care.
Okay.
Actually, this is why this test is very advantageous. Even you think that I may be affected if they humiliate you, but it won't touch you. So it is a good point for dropping the girl.
Yeah.
Now you suspect that you may be affected. Actually, nothing will
Affect me.
Actually, I was surprised when you said 60%. What have you lived? It is a life of absolute humiliation, humility.
Yeah, that is
You
true.
as a young girl, 15-year-old, healthy, graceful, beautiful girl, getting married to a mentally retarded guy, that was beyond humiliation. That you did not realize because you were an innocent girl.
Yeah.
What is a 15-year-old girl? You were like our poor people, you did not know anything.
Yeah,
That's
is
it.
true.
After that, years passed by, 20, 22, 23, realizing that your child's father is a mentally retarded guy, you are humiliated by existence. You are defeated to the lowest position. When every other girl on the road is marrying, maybe a hooligan or a rowdy or a alcoholic or a
It's 13:30.
guy, but he is not.
Yes.
Can you live confidently with him? So you are a stuff of steel. You are a woman of steel. There is a statement called a woman of steel. You are indeed. So just go anywhere and talk to anybody. Let them say, what bloody nonsense, why don't you come to me? Sorry, why do you come near me? Get lost. Okay. Sorry. Where were we? So,
My inner thing has guided me in a right way, I feel, no doubt.
what is that?
My inner me has guided me in certain situations in a very well way.
That is, there are topics which we can discuss, but that's all a little higher order. I say yes to that because we are eligible for that. We have accepted life. We are talking about 2024. Any other lady could also think about getting out of it. Whether it is relative or whatever it is, you are a female and all around. If it was 2023, even it is okay. Now we are talking about 2024. N number of information around that great lot of people get separated for silly, stupid reasons. You have a valid, legally valid, legally valid. You just give a small petition. They will decide you and the court will, I don't know, punish you them sometimes. That is a, but if you say no, that you are going to do. Instantly it will be granted. Now there is a tacit or unspoken rule. Yeah. I read it in the newspaper. And it has been taken by the High Court of Madras. I read it in the Hindu. That as much as possible, do not grant a divorce. It will go on 1 year, 2 years like that, unless the party involved is so powerful. So in this case, I think the day you apply, it will be granted. You could have done, I think you never even thought about it, right? Yeah. That's the beauty of your mind, no doubt. Absolutely innocent, beautiful, very rich. You are really rich in mind. Extremely rich. That's why you have landed up here. For no reason. Actually, for no reason. One guy, you have not even met him, right? Santosh?
Once I have met him.
Some guy from a distance,
Yeah.
not even from Bangalore, coming to your home and telling you.
No.
And I am sure Santosh never persuades anybody. He just told you.
Just gave the information.
That's all.
Yeah.
Instantly you decided.
Yeah.
And almost everyone around you might have objected to that or spoken against it or there was some disagreement at least.
Yeah.
Okay, you want you go. That's all. And that you may be one or two. Because first of all it is an impossible situation. All over the world it is known. Secondly, somebody says about somebody. And if it is in Bangalore, okay, at least you can go and fix. You travelled all the way 550 kilometers to see whether it is okay, whether it is possible or not. So that's all that because of your witness. And even I wondered many times what I am talking to this lady. This was never an agenda in the program.
Yes.
Even training Varshini was not an agenda.
Yes.
That was absolutely 100% the initiative of Mandra. Even then I told her, why do you want? She was not to prepare for a very competitive exam, upon which her life is dependent. I am sure she never read that book with that much of a commitment. So, and I wondered, what am I doing to this lady? What am I telling her? What is the strategy? Do you think I consciously decided what to do next, etc.? I never do that. And let me tell you, I am not that intelligent. Actually, that kind of intelligence I do not have. I am practically unintelligent, 100%. That's why one reason why she also left. Being with me, her life will end up in trouble. The children's life also will be in trouble. This was openly told many times by her parents also. Either you go to Bangalore, where you have been, or at least to Coimbatore city. I told you I will purchase this land with no intention. But somewhat like you, everything is done for me. I know what does it and how it does, I know all these things. Though. So that's all I said to reaffirm to you, to reinforce in you what you said about you. That's also part of what I call creative feedback. To give authentic support, authentic logical evidence that what you think is right. I have put a board there. That's for mantra and Amen. Go and read it. That's red writing.
Allow the flow of life.
Yeah. That's what you have done.
Yeah.
Many people are not capable. In my school for creative perspective, the entire was full of posters like this. People used to come there, they will read all the posters and look. Now, this was done for just like that. And I can write calligraphically. I wrote that. And every poster I had in a CPU was written much more beautifully. Because I am just alone. This is done just like that and put it. So what I am telling is, allow the flow. That's what you have done. That's what I also have done. And let me tell you, I have been doing only that. Because of one more reason. Let me tell you, whenever I planned something, it's so surprising. Whenever I planned something, it will not work. My school for creative perspective, for which I worked for 2 decades, for which I spent all my whatever little money and time and effort, it did not work. I wanted to go to schools. Myself and one or two of my colleagues, paid colleagues, we went to altogether some 174 plus schools over a period of 5-6 years. Only 3 schools every day. And it was done, the program was done only in one school. And I had great dreams. It did not work. Then Genius Choice Institute participated in exhibitions, blah blah blah. It did not work. And even just marrying their mother, I did not plan it. One day their parents pushed her into my room. Alright. There also I told, you take her. Then he shouted at me. They are nice people, huh? Anyway, so allow the flow of life. That is ultimate flexibility. That's ultimate freedom of mind. I am nobody. That is the mind of no mind. Okay, I welcome her. She says, get lost. Okay. This is your child. Okay. This is not your child. Okay. Ultimate flexibility. That's what was given to the disciples of Zen monasteries. Then only he will be flexible at that last gate, okay?
Yeah.
Because the so-called God, I mean, every particle in this universe is ultimately flexible. All kinds of trees together. I am a big tree. Who the hell will you go? Get lost? No. And that flow, accepting the flow of life, that is in one sentence the ultimate essence of the so-called Chinese philosophy called Tao, T-A-O, Tao. That's a Chinese word. Tao actually means flow, F-L-O-W, flow. In good flow. This is the way. This is your child. Okay, give it to me. This is not your child. Okay, take it. And often the symbol of Tao is a water flow. It is coming very cold, then there is a rock. Okay, I will go this way. In fact, one of the greatest writers in Tao, unlike Zen, there are a lot of books on Tao. And out of that, perhaps it is a small book. You can write it after you listening to this after a later point of time. It is written by a genius by name Alan Watts, who he lived in China to understand China. After understanding China, he wrote a book on Tao, a small book, unlike my big books. The title of the book is Tao, the Watercourse. Then there is another guy. In fact, by internet information and by reading very random books in the great libraries of India, I am very sure that I am the topmost researcher in creativity. But there is another guy also. His name is Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. He is the next one. But he is funded
He
by.
is from?
He is basically a Jew, but he is in the US. Okay? He has written this much big book. The name of the book is Flow, F-L-O-W. There is some more caption under that, I don't remember that. There is a small version of that book also, Flow. For him, creativity means flow. And he uses Tao also, and beautiful book. He was interviewed, he lived with the top so-called creative people in the world because he was funded by universities. I had no money with me, but I lived for that. He also to an extent lived for that, but he took up university because his time was much limited. He talks only about flow, but I talk about many other things. So I am talking about flow, allow the flow of life. But the Japanese Zen masters were truthful. They openly said, whenever, in the whatever, it is basically the Indian Vedanta, but a distilled essence. So, flow. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. He is then it's accepted all over the world because he is very well known. So, allow the flow of that life. Mantra, allow the flow of life. All right. But sometimes there may be times when you are doubtful, is this the flow is telling me? I have to do this. Right now, according to the flow of it happened in our discussion, we talked about this issue and I said, okay, drop the girl, allow the flow.
Yeah.
So sometimes you may feel, should I? Yes. Your mind, just don't care the mind. We discussed the other day.
Yes.
The other day I was talking to myself as well as to Mantra. My body is ready to wash the place the whole day. But my mind says, oh, today, oh. This mind is dumb, tricky.
True.
That's what I said. Your body can hug even an enemy. Your hands will hug an enemy.
It won't.
Oh, when the mind enters, where is that mind? An illusion is, no. He has talked about you, this to you, done this to you, etc. Just don't care.
Yeah.
Sometimes it may lead to some unwelcome experience also.
Be prepared for it.
Suffer it for that 10 minutes or that 1 hour. Okay. They may assassinate you, what you call character assassination. So there is something called character assassination, which is a punishable offense. Do you know about 15 days back or so in Kerala, there was a deputy collector, mind you, very surprisingly well known for his integrity and commitment and truthfulness, which rarely happens. Sometimes nobody will notice somebody is truthful, but he was somehow very lucky to be known for his authenticity and truthfulness and commitment to work. He has never taken any bribe or anything. which which because of a certain incident, even the opposition party agreed. Political party agreed he is a truthful person because of certain reason which I am going to tell you. Now, his superior, this is what I understand, that means the real collector, district collector, he had some disagreement with this guy. Because I am sure that district collector is a correct person, no doubt about that. As I told you, most of the IAS people are corrupt only. At least correct in mind, at least non-truthful. If they had integrity, they would resign the job, no doubt about it. Even if they beg on the road, like somehow done. Okay. Like any doctor with integrity, he will resign the job the day they will get a circular from the CEO that this year your target is 3 crores. I know at least 3 doctors who are living in a normal condition by a roadside clinic, who are getting lakhs of payment, and one day he got the hospital purchased some 3 crore worth of water machines, and this year your target is 20 lakhs. He got the circular, instantly sent a resignation letter. Dr. Krishna Kumar, for example, who was my close friend also. So, that is the situation. So coming back to the point, you are a woman of steel, so don't worry. You think, sitting here, you think that you may not be able to sing on the stage. Be on the stage. First 1 or 2, 3 seconds, you may show, and you will sing, don't worry. Alright?
Yeah.
So that is the next block. So simplicity, conformity, alright. Fear of the unknown, ambiguous, strange, unexpected, etc.
Self-doubt.
Then self-doubt, then sensitivity lack. Now the 5th one, that fear and anxiety about being insulted or being humiliated. Just not humiliated, but anxiety that if I get humiliated, if she says I don't love you.
Rigidity.
No, I was talking about, actually I missed the topic. Talking about how much people can insult you. It is beyond imagination. I say this after studying this current news about that deputy collector committed suicide just because of a 5-minute talk of the Panchayat president of that area, a so-called elegant looking lady who was also the party, so Marxist party is ruling Kerala state. It is very well known as a criminal party or party of criminal people. It is very well known. Nobody will kill me if I say so, because n number of people are talking about it openly. So many ridiculous murders, political murders. If there is an enemy, they will see that he is killed. So many instances. And she belongs to that party, just 42 years old, very elegant looking lady. Her name is Divya. Her name also is very surprisingly Divya. Okay? And this collector arranged this lady to come for the farewell send-off party for that deputy collector. He got transferred. He was about to retire, only 7 months more service. He has his wife and 2 beautiful girl children. Both of them are college students or something like that, unmarried. Okay? And the next day morning he has to go. So in the evening, they arranged a farewell party for him, and he is so gentle that he said, I don't want anything like that, okay? Why should you give me a farewell party? I have worked in some other district before. Okay, there was a standard thing. Here the district collector insisted on a farewell party in the presence of some public figures and the entire staff of the collectorate office, plus other concomitant people. And then he invited this lady also. And this lady was not officially invited. These are the data I get from the YouTube. from the official so-called accepted channel like Asianet and 24 News and Manorama News. These are the so-called official TV channels in Kerala state. According to what they say, and according to so many other reporters say, she was not an official invitee, she is a Panchayat president. Here it's a closed circuit program of deputy collector being given a send-off. And this collector arranged her to come there. And in that 5 minutes of talk, so meeting is started, she comes. And he had arranged a seat for her. Everybody wondered why there is a vacant seat. It can be seen in the video, in the YouTube. Then she comes and sits in between. So on the stage, there is one lady here, over, then this criminal Panchayat president lady, then the district collector, and then the deputy collector. And in that 5 minutes talk, she gave an allegation that this guy is a highly corrupted person, and etc. etc. And I don't remember exact details. And she said, such people will have a civil death. She has used the term civil death. Alright? And we can see after the speech, she gets out of the seat and walks out of the hall. Meeting happened around 6 p.m. Next day, 6 o'clock over. People not seeing he is supposed to go. Somebody orderly or somebody went to his house. It was found the front door broke open. And then inside he was hanging, deputy collector. And the wife and children are waiting in the railway station, other railway station. So how can he commit suicide like that? And even now many reporters say that he has been hanged by somebody. But police is keeping mum because this lady is an important member of the political party. Some people say even she would have been even the chief minister within 10 years. So the police, you have to see, so centricity, conformity driven poor fools. Completely she was being protected, and even so-called very clever media people could not videograph her. Because one lady covered by 24 officers moving from the truck to the medical examination hospital, back to the court, etc. etc. Anyway, day for yesterday she was arrested because of public pressure. Because she made such an assassination, which is called character assassination. It's a punishable offence, unbailable offence, and this is right now unbailable. That is the FIR the police have put in, and she was applied for. The primary court denied bail, so she is in the 14-day remand, and she is applying to the High Court for bail. That application is given yesterday. Let us see what the so-called High Court of Kerala decides. If I think if the judge is a sensible person, he should not grant her bail. And I only hope that people, they brilliantly brought another advocate, not the public prosecutor. He only argued, therefore the bail was not granted. Okay? And she has used the word civil death. In my vast reading, but of course not connected with law, even the law books I have read, there is no word civil death. Of course, I have not read the sentence by sentence every page. Anyway, I have never heard a word civil death. So, what I am telling is, public stage, she is coming, and the lady is coming, and the Panchayat president is coming, and a man who is well known for his reputation, just 7 months to retirement, and before an audience, she says, what a criminal damn, she is much more criminal than the criminal most rapist and murderer. That is the psychology. But normal people go by big event, killing and all that. But this shows, and her body language, her course, I am a little bit aware of what you call physiognomy.
Facial.
Now, a lot of people understand a lot by looking at their face.
Mhm.
So, there's the possibility of really insulting others. Mother is a master. The Shivamai is a master of that language. Most of the people are capable of such a violent language. Some of the Canadian schools of psychology have published books on a new concept called language violence. They are continuously writing articles and doing research on the thing saying that many more people are destroyed by the violent languages of other people. And they are continuously insisting the court and the judiciary to incorporate that also into their criminal procedure code. And now there is recording facility. Let everybody record every call, and I think latest Indian what you call Bharatiya Nagariya Suraksha Samhita. I was so happy to see
It's 14 hours.
that also is there. Yeah. And that new penal code is accepting what you call digital data as a clear evidence. Till now it was not an evidence. Some hooligan useless people used to say WhatsApp evidence cannot be accepted because it can be edited and all that. And now there is modern technology. Even if you delete it, you can take it. Thanks to the geniuses who discovered that methodology. So WhatsApp data, any digital data will be considered a clear evidence by the courts. And then what else? And they are also suggesting that the police should videotape every arrest, every interrogation. Because they also do nonsense, making a lot of false cases. This police, false cases, yes. So they also should videotape. It is specifically written in the Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. So I appreciate Amit Shah, a wonderful sir. You have done a great thing to this country by revising the penal code. And there are so many, at least 7 or 8 new rules to protect females. Really good. But that will not prevent criminals. Do you think criminals do not know that it's a crime? They know. That's a different issue. But it will significantly reduce at least violent languages and other things. So, what? Fear of humiliation and lowness. You understood that?
Yes.
A lot of people even commit suicide by humiliation. Most of the so-called young wives die, commit suicide. Now the parents of the groom are also arrested. Last month a lady was arrested. The mother of the bride, husband was arrested. Because she was using all kinds of abusive language, cursive language, constantly humiliating this lady who was a college lecturer. Just imagine her photo, very elegant looking college lecturer. Husband is a stupid electricity board worker. I don't know what is his designation, whatever it is. And that mother, so-called mother woman, an ugly looking funny figure she is. I told you most of the ugly, you have to be very careful about ugly females, okay? Yeah. I'm sorry to use that word. Because they are not happy with them. Because the entire world is glorifying the elegance and the beauty and the glamour of the females. So their self-image is so humiliated. So they are constantly in retaliatory spirit. An elegant, beautiful woman will tolerate your some mistakes. An ugly woman will never. I used to tell my students that, you have gone to a different place or city and you do not know some road to somewhere and you see a group of college girls standing in the bus stop. You watch and observe. Go and ask the most beautiful girl in the group for the route. She will smile at you and she will tell you, take bus number 123, etc. etc. And as a research, you go and ask the most funny looking girl. First of all, when you go, she will move away. I have done that. First of all, ask you when she realizes that you are approaching her, she will first of all turn to her friends and turn like this. And if I ask her, she will look at you and take her face. And if you again ask her, she will, which I have not done, that is enough. Because a beautiful girl is confident. Her self-image is really good. So this anxiety and fear of lowness and humiliation and all that is, once it is the mindset, you don't have anybody has to be there to humiliate you and all that. The boy feels, I must say her, I love you. He has not told it, but he is anticipating, imagining that if I tell her I love you, by chance if she says no, I will be humiliated. I will have to commit suicide. So, because that's the problem with my mental traps, they are all in the unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay? So, most of these divorces of today's time, most of the domestic quarrels, most of the political quarrels, most of the religious killings, they are all due to that fear and anxiety of humiliation only. They cannot tolerate it. To say openly about the reality going on in the world, you do any humiliation to Hindus, they don't care. To an extent to Christians, they don't care. But, okay, now I don't want to say what remains. Those guys are instructed that if you kill that person, they will get a sure seat in the heaven. That's the dialogue they use to ensure that every feeling, every moment of humiliation should be retaliated, killed. So much they are scared. Why they are so scared is because there is some, I don't know whether I can talk about this, sorry, as a researcher I am saying, there is the likelihood that their inner consciousness has a feeling that perhaps our system is not that elegant and beautiful. Otherwise, why should they doubt? There are n number of violent languages against the Hindu gods. No, nobody even notices that. Some 6 years or 7 years back, I think it was in France, in a journal, in a magazine, somebody wrote a cartoon which apparently insults Prophet Muhammad. He was killed. Similarly, in Kerala state, in a college named Newman's College in Todupuzha in Kerala state, a lecturer by name Joseph put a question paper, a question in an examination question paper, which can be interpreted as, according to them, some kind of an insult to their prophet. Okay? 6 or 7 people next day went to his house in the presence of his wife and daughter, pulled his right hand and cut it into pieces, cut it, separated it, and left it. Only about 1 year back, all of them were identified and all of them were arrested and they are in the jail now. Fear of anxiety of humiliation or lowness mental trap only. The husband says something, the wife feels offended forever. The only solution is, I like them, you just get lost. Some 2 years back, a highly educated lady, I think from some top universities in the world somewhere, in a high position, okay, she took her only one son, about 7 years old or so, and went to Goa, took a room in one of the resorts, and next day morning she wanted to go, and she called a taxi, and she was lifting a bag, apparently heavy. The taxi driver also helped. Then he had a doubt. He called the police. The car was interrupted by the police. Checked the bag. It was the dead, mutilated body of her child. Reported employees, you can check about 2 years back. You know, retaliation to the husband. Heard of it in the history of the world? Plenty of photographs of that little boy looking so charming, 7-year-old man. The very mother, mother, what that word I don't understand what that word mother or father is. There are other several cases when an illegitimate child is killed and thrown away and all that. Illegitimate child, live little baby was buried alive. At least 2-3 times in the last 4 years in Kerala state alone. But that is for some reason. Illegitimate child or something like that. Killing a child. Killing children, they go with their living together partner. Killing the children. One lady killed the children and the father and mother to go with a man. Just imagine. Of course, that's not connected with that. And unlike the first incident. So, it's all mental traps. Forget about this guy is getting hanged or life sentence. What about that little boy? What about that man, as well, the father of the boy? How will he tolerate it, my God? I wonder. How will he sleep with this? How many years he may take to get out of this, I don't know. In a normal language, how many liters of liquor he has to drink in order to forget this, to sleep. So, I tell people, my students also, okay, in the classrooms of ethics, you can even steal money, but just don't insult or intimidate or humiliate another person. You bloody do not have any right. Who are you? Huh? For whatever reasons. So, just don't, you can, you are talking about Patanjali, the illness of the body, hatred, greed, animosity, etc., etc. You carry hatred and going around thinking that the other person is not even aware that you are hating him. Somebody comes and making a dialogue to you. Okay? Time 1, 10 seconds. That guy has gone. Okay? You are carrying the girl and worried. Why did he say so? Oh, no, so I should have done something in that. He has insulted me, etc., etc. He might remember that, but he is not carrying that girl. He is not carrying the burden of that, whereas the victim is carrying the burden. So it is all the more necessary that everybody in the world should practice the Zen parable of dropping the girl. Because carrying this animosity becomes hatred. jealousy and aggressive, retaliatory spirits. So, train this to your students also. For example, Ragadi Rogi,
Yes.
Nagarjuna said, why there is so serious illnesses like cancer and diabetes and permanent indigestion and constipation and all those things for a great majority of people is because of Ragadi, emotional conflicts of resentment and guilt feeling and hatred and jealousy and greed. These are all processes of the mind. There is no mind other than the body process. It is the autonomic nervous system function. So it is very important that everybody should be trained to drop the girl and understand the essence of Raga Viroga, which they don't believe. They are waiting for Americans to talk about it. So that is the sixth block, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The seventh one is the seventh mental block